Welcome back to another MLB The Show 21 video, and this is actually the first one on the game, so I'm pretty excited. Today we're going to be looking at pinpoint pitching and some tips on how to get better with that, and also just some general hitting tips and how I feel you could improve. I think pitching and hitting is on a per person basis on what you feel comfortable with, so I'm just going to give some general tips on the hitting side of it. But for pinpoint pitching, I have been using it for about a day and a half now, and I feel pretty comfortable with this, and I kind of have a grasp on how it works, I think. All right, so I'm here in practice mode, going to be looking at the pinpoint pitching, and I've seen a lot of people give some pretty good tutorials, but I've also seen some people just do this completely wrong. I've seen, people just go completely fast and speed out. Let me get the game audio back. Speed has nothing to do with this from my experience using it. Like, if you go a fastball and you just go fast and crazy and try to get those switch, you're not gonna, nothing's gonna happen. It doesn't matter how fast you do it. So, like, use the fastball, for example. Fastball is the easiest pitch. You just want to go down and up. 81%, not the greatest, but then you want to get your timing correct, and I was off to the left, but we'll go over that in a minute. So you want to be smooth with this. You don't want to be fast. You don't want to, say, we'll just throw them right down the middle for now. Let's go down, up, 94%, a little bit better, and then down. See, perfect right there. Now, let's actually up the difficulty a little bit, and I'll pitch on Legend to show that it all still applies. So we'll go fastball down the middle again, 97%, and I was late, and I missed off to the left, so that's why the pitch moved so much. So the key things in this is you want all three of those markers to be green. So like with the fastball, you want your timing to be green, 94%, and then you want both of those to be green. I was late, so the pitch dropped. So now with those three, if you're looking at it, you'll notice that when you miss as far as the timing of it, when pulling down to the bottom of the pitch, so you go up, your accuracy, and then when you come back down, when you miss early, the ball will kind of float up or go higher in the zone from where you put it. And then if you miss late, so I'll try to miss late here. Well, I missed way too late, but it'll drop in the zone. So that seems to be controlling the height of the pitch. And then depending on where you miss left and right when coming down, so left, it'll kind of move the pitch left. Normally right there, it kind of went down the middle still, but it'll miss left and right. Can't really tell how the accuracy works too much. I think that might just be general control of the pitch, but you want to be as close to perfect as you can. So when you're looking at this, don't worry if you're not 100% on the accuracy. As long as it's green, you will be in a good position. So go down and up, 94. There's a bit of yellow there, but it's good. And then I got the other two green. I got the release really good, really close to perfect green, and then I got the location as far as going down. I was only off by like 0.02 or 0.2. That was also green. So that's where you get that perfect is getting all three of them green. Now, some people may be looking at it and being like, well, I got perfect. Well, let me change this real quick. Let me the trail off. So you may be looking at this and saying, well, I placed a fastball on the corner here to dot it, and I got a perfect. Why was it a ball? So if you look closely, there's a outer circle on the pitch. Now, that is the perfect zone. So if you get a perfect, the ball will be anywhere inside that circle. From what I've noticed, it seems to be based on individual pitch control. So you want to look and see what pitches they throw the best and what control they have over those pitches. So for example, if I put a fastball here, and let's see if I can get a perfect. I do. Notice I put it right on the corner, but it ended up a little bit higher in the zone because it was still in that perfect region, but it wasn't exactly where I placed it. So that's kind of how it works. Now, as far as how to get perfects, in my opinion, we'll go with like a circle change. So this one's a little bit harder, so I was a little fast on that, and then I missed. But Like I said before, a lot of people were just like going really fast and like not even waiting at the top. So in my opinion, the best thing to do is, one, get comfortable with the pitchers you use, especially if you're playing Diamond Dynasty. Maybe use them in a couple CPU games before going in, and like using them in a ranked or whatever. But let's see, like sinker. So you want to just be smooth with it, like there, perfect. So you don't want to force it. You don't want to be like, I hold the analog a lot looser than I used to when using pure analog. I used to only be an analog pitcher, and I used to just flick it as hard as I can at the end. But for this, I try to go as smooth as possible. And even on the release, I was early, but even that, I don't pull down super hard when I release that. I haven't noticed it to affect velocity at all. I know that may have been a speculation where pulling it down faster, you get higher velocity or slower or whatever. But I personally have not found that. I was going just nice and smooth, even with Chapman, and getting 102. So I don't think that's the case. And just, you want to be smooth with the analog. There we go. That one was 99%. And see, I was early on that, so I missed a little higher than where I placed it. And then I still kind of went out of the zone because of that overall control. So now, a lot of people have been struggling with the splitter. Just don't be afraid of going in and practicing with pitches. The splitter is a tough pitch, but like I said, don't be afraid to go in and practice what pitches you're throwing. It took me a while to get used to the splitter, and even now I'm not even throwing it great, but I haven't used it on Legend yet. So a little fast there, but I still got a strike. And what I like about this is it's a little more forgiving than some of the other pitching types. But if you're more comfortable with some of the other ones, I would say go for it. But this, if you can get used to this, this would be better. Let me lower the difficulty just to get used to the splitter one more time. All right, so there we had a 98 accuracy on the splitter, but I was off to the right, so I missed it still. So the splitter is tough, but I would say just kind of get used to it. Same with every pitch. Curveball, same thing. Just kind of get used to where the pitch, with who you're pitching with. So see right here. So compared to Castillo's fastball, his inner circle is a lot tighter. So his perfect region will be a lot bigger. Maybe that's just because I switched it down to All-Star. Let me see. Put it back to Legend. So yeah, it is a little bigger. So difficulty will do that as well, but his also looks just slightly smaller than Castillo, so he may have a little bit better control. And so difficulty will be the case as far as the perfect region, and also their control with the pitch seems to be doing that as well. So don't be afraid to not get 100% accuracy. See right there, 90 accuracy, but there was yellow on it. So if you see yellow, don't be afraid, don't be discouraged, because you could still get a perfect. His splitter 96, I was late on it, but I still had 96 on the splitter. 40, that one's not as good. Let's go back to Castillo here. So if you do, like right there, I was early on it, or I was too fast on the actual motion of the pitch. I still got a strike, but you're not going to hit the spot you want. So right there, I got 100%, and then I missed. So I was off to the right because I was right 9%, and then I was early, so it kind of floated a little bit more than it probably would have. 81%, that's probably should be a green, depending on the difficulty and like the pitcher, what pitch you're using, kind of seems to determine that. 100%. And like I've noticed that I'm better with certain pitches as far as the motion. Every pitch has the same motion depending on what pitcher you're using, I've noticed. I haven't really seen anything that differs from pitcher to pitcher. The only thing I could say is the motion speed. So like Castillo's fastball may be a different speed than someone else's. 84 probably should have been better, but overall accuracy was in the yellow, so I missed off to the side a little bit. Where right down the middle, 87, so it's in the green. Not 100%, but I still get the perfect. So again, don't be discouraged if you don't get that 100% accuracy. So you could still get a perfect. Just go ahead, try to practice with it, and like I said, be calm. Like when I pitch, again, on the analog, I'm not like forcing it around. I'm actually trying to be as smooth as possible with it and just try to be relaxed when pitching. Like I said, switching from pure analog to this, it was kind of hard because I was like throwing the analog around basically, but that is not going to work here. It'll actually hurt you, it seems like. So just try to be smooth with it. Try to, you know, practice it in the offline game modes, the moments, conquest, whatever game mode you are comfortable with, and you should find some success. One tip I would give is like go to your settings, your pitching difficulty, and set it down to like rookie, and just try to get, you know, more familiar with it. And if you do that, if you're on rookie, you know, it'll be a little more favorable on where the pitches go. On right there, I got another perfect, but again, I'm on rookie, so seems like it may have an effect on that. And also your perfect accuracy on rookie is going to be the smallest. All right, that was a terrible pitch, but it's going to be the smallest. You're going to have the most success. So I would say go to a lower difficulty, maybe even veteran. If see, okay, so here's a perfect example. Missed that, but the accuracy was 93 and there was still yellow on it. So again, if you see that, don't get discouraged, but just kind of have fun with it. Almost 87, that start was not good. Still got a strike. I would say lower the difficulty if you're having some trouble with it. Kind of get a feel for it, and then kind of up it as you feel you get stronger with it. And just try to have fun with this one. I have fun with this pitching mechanic. I didn't think I would. I was like, gonna use it because it's the best one, but I didn't think I'd like it. And then I actually find it the most fun. And even like the tougher pitches, like the circle change or the splitter, I actually find throwing those the most satisfying, because if you get a good one, those are the pitches that are gonna do work for you. So again, just try to have fun with this. Try to be relaxed when throwing the pitches. Then perfect. So notice I got a perfect, but it didn't go exactly in the middle where I wanted to. It's because it still hit that outer ring of that perfect zone on the pitch. So it may not go exactly where you want, but just be in mind of that outer perfect zone. And if you get a perfect, it'll be somewhere inside that zone. So I would say final notes for this is be comfortable with it, kind of relax, have fun. And the key things to keep in mind, in my opinion, is that outer circle, where that perfect region is when throwing a pitch, and what pitches have smaller ones and bigger ones, depending on what pitch you're using and their control with it. And also looking at that release time. So if you're early or late, it'll drop higher or lower in the zone, it seems like, and then moving left and right on the analog seems to move the pitch left and right. So those are the key things that you should keep in mind when practicing this and when taking it into a game. Where before, like, I used analog, so I would, you know, get a perfect release and be like, why is this floating, or this, that, or the other. This kind of gives you that information on why something is happening when throwing the pitch, and I really like that. Hitting is extremely per person, in my opinion, as far as like so many different cameras, there's different hitting types. What I will say is, if you want to be really good at the game and try to be the best you can be, you have to play, well, let's see, where's batting? You have to play with zone. Now, zone is the one where it has the PCI and all that, and just try to figure out what PCI you like better. I am a classic guy. I like just the outer PCI, the yellow, kind of how it was in 19 before they had all this fancy stuff. But you can change it. So like we'll go like circles on the center, we'll go starfighter, go outer, we'll do like outline, we'll make it green, and we'll go fade to outer 70%. So we'll do that, apply changes. So it changes this, makes it all funky. It doesn't matter how you do your PCI, you just want to find one you're comfortable with. So that's the first thing, is kind of find one you like visually. I would say visually is most important, and kind of find one that you do the best with. Obviously, I missed the pitch. I cannot hit with this. I just threw that on for an example. So the one I like the best, like I said, I do no inner. I do the basic inner, no outer, and I do the yellow at 70% because I just like this basic look. It's the most comfortable for me, and it gives me the best view of the pitcher. So another thing is hitting view. So probably the number one hitting view that a lot of top players use is going to be strike zone. Now I'll show you what that looks like. So strike zone is going to be the closest to the plate as possible, closest to the pitcher. So it'll show you the number one, like, this is the closest you'll get. It'll be the best view of the zone. I've tried this. I don't personally like it. I am actually more comfortable with strike zone 2, and I'll give my explaining as to why once this ball lands. So let me switch it back. But okay, let's go strike zone 2. So strike zone 2 is what I use. I like it. Oh, okay, well, let me hold R2 here. I like it because it gives more of an overall view of the plate, where on strike zone I feel like it's a little low. You can't really see the pitches that drop low, and I like seeing the pitcher overall in the middle of the strike zone. I like seeing a bigger area of the strike zone. It's a little further back, so you're gonna have to get used to the timing if you do play on something else. That's the same with every camera, in my opinion. So camera is important. I think if you're going to do it, do one of the strike zones. That's, you know, gonna be the best as far as competitive. You lose out on some of the visuals. Obviously I only see part of the batter that's up, but for being competitive, that doesn't really bother me. And, you know, just find which one you're comfortable with. That's the key to hitting, in my opinion, is finding what you are comfortable with and what you will do the best with. Now, another tip is, where in the strike zone do you want to start? So I start high in the zone. So if I'm facing a righty, I will start high and to the left of the zone. Doesn't matter if I'm batting with a righty or a lefty, I'll start high up and in if I'm batting with a righty, and then if I'm batting with a lefty, I'll start high up and away. And now if I'm facing a lefty, it'll be the complete opposite. I'll start, you know, high up and away. And it's because when the ball comes in, for me at least, the ball's coming from up there, so I can, you know, drop my PCI to wherever I need it. And I personally have trouble getting to some of the high pitches at times, so I like having the chance to just kind of sit up there to start. Now sometimes I'll stay in the middle if I feel like I'm, you know, pushing too much to kind of get a reset. I'll start in the middle. Try to find where you're comfortable with. I know there's people that, you know, will start inside here. If they can't get to the inside pitches, they'll start kind of middle in and try to get to pitches that way. Or even if you feel like, you know, you push up or down on the PCI too much, kind of, you know, start low. If you want to, you know, if you feel like you pull down too much. Again, I'm missing these pitches because these aren't what I'm comfortable with. So you got to find what you are comfortable with. Like I said, I start high in the zone, and then I will bring the PCI down and get to the ball. Now, if you find yourself struggling with specific pitches, practice is the perfect place to go. So you'll go here, whatever pitcher, say, you know, you're missing sliders on the outside of the zone. Oh, let me change that again. So sliders on the outside of the zone, you're missing those. So same thing, you know where it's coming, but still start where you're going to start and then try to get to that ball. Again, I pushed the PCI a little too much, but it was still a decent hit as far as practice, but that would have been a routine fly ball. Good timing, but just, you know, start where you're going to start and try to get to it. There we go. More of a line drive hit. And then also, same with the pitching side of it. If you need to, bring it down to rookie, and, you know, the pitches will be a little bit slower. You know, you'll get more of a feel for it. And, you know, just kind of hit the ball. So I'll tend to practice on Hall of Fame. If I do practice, I normally just like to go and warm up in a game. I like to get the feel, especially playing online. I go based on who I'm playing, kind of thing, as far as reading pitches and stuff like that. But, you know, just kind of do what you feel comfortable with as far as practicing and try to get better with it. And I would say that's kind of the keys to what I do to kind of hit better. Again, I don't normally use custom practice, but it is a huge tool. They have made so many improvements to it. Like even just the this right here, the pitch request and where that you want to throw it. Like I, for one, do not hit the inside fastball very well. like middle in, basically all the inside zones. I do not hit this pitch well. So say I need to work on this one. Again, see right there, I don't hit it well. So if I would need to, I would come into practice and try to work on this, because I am not good with inside fastballs with right-handed hitters. Even there, I foul it off. So this is just a really good tool to use to try to get better with those pitches. Now again, I know exactly where it's going to be. It's going to be on the inside part of the plate, but I'm still setting up as if I don't know where it is. Like I could be setting up here, you know, trying to get to it, but I am still going to set up, you know, high in the zone where I like to set up. Because say I start setting up, you know, right here, middle in my practice, and then I go into a game and I'm up here, then I'm not going to get to the pitch correctly. So when you are practicing, set up as if you're in the middle of a game. Even if you pick what pitch is coming, you know what's coming. Set up how you would in a game. Try to get comfortable with it. Find that PCI you like and find the camera angle you like. So here we go, Keuchel, and he's going to be throwing all his pitches. And also, like, in game, I know a lot of people are like, oh, don't hold R2. Don't hold for a long time, that's for sure. It'll mess with the pitcher, you know, don't want to do that, especially in an online game. Offline doesn't matter, but online, don't be toxic. Look and see what pitches they are throwing. Don't just be up there guessing what they're throwing. You know, first at bat, if a new pitcher's coming in, first at bat of the game, if I'm playing someone online, I'll look and see what pitches they go. Quickly, boom, 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 sinker, cutter, fastball, changeup, slider. You could read them off in order. I read them off how I will best remember. So how I would remember this is sinker, cutter, fastball, changeup, slider. Even though that's not the order the pitches are there as far as strength-wise, that's just how I remember the pitches. And then, like, because it's a lefty, I'll start, you know, with a righty at bat. I'll start high and away here because it is a lefty on the mound. So you just gotta, you know, find where you are comfortable hitting. All right, so another really important thing when it comes to hitting, and you want to get more comfortable, don't be afraid to take pitches. I find myself on lower difficulties getting too swing happy. I want to swing at everything, swing at everything. You want to get comfortable with taking pitches, even if it's a strike. So let's see if he throws a strike here. He doesn't, but that's a good ball to take. And normally I would swing at that if I'm too swing happy. But even if he throws a strike, say, you know, he throws a really good slider. I have opponents throw really good sliders down and away. I'll take it. That one probably should have hit. But a lot of people throw really good cutters, really good sliders that just dot this corner. I'm not going to do anything with that. That's going to be a ground ball right to the second baseman. So even that one shouldn't have swung at that. Again, don't be afraid to take pitches. That probably would have landed for a hit, but, you know, we'll look past it. Don't be afraid to take pitches. You know, just get comfortable in the box and kind of wait for your pitch. Against the CPU, I find it really hard to figure out what pitch they're going to throw. Their sequencing is pretty random, I feel like. But again, looking more at the competitive side, I find that I can figure out how someone pitches pretty quick within the first couple innings. Sometimes they just pitch really well to where I just can't hit it, but normally I can tell what they are going to throw when. That's another good thing. If you can, you know, figure out someone's sequencing, what they're going to throw, you know, if you notice they start high with a high end fastball, you might want to set up here. I set up there in general, but you might want to, you know, look for that pitch. I've had guys where, you know, they start off slider heavy. So if they start off slider heavy, maybe kind of wait for that slider to come in and you'll get to it. Kind of figure out the sequencing. And again, don't be afraid to take a pitch. It throws it. That one probably could have done something with. But again, maybe it's not a pitch you like. So you want to take that, you know, and don't be afraid to get into 2 strike counts. That's if you guys watch Cougs, he just did a video of this recently. And that was a great tip from him that I would like to give you guys as well. Don't be afraid to hit in 2 strike counts. This isn't, he even said, this isn't like real baseball. You don't choke up on the bat. It's a great example. Just, you know, feel comfortable. Don't be afraid to hit in 2 strike counts and kind of just feel comfortable with it. Again, if you struggle hitting lefty, come in here, maybe face Chapman. He throws hard, trying to hit that fastball. You know, pick Chapman, pick the fastball, pick whatever left-handed hitter you want, go from there. And Again, final tips on this is find a camera angle you like, find what PCI you like if you are using zone. I highly recommend using zone. And again, just try to have fun with it. Same with the pitching. If you're not having fun, you won't really enjoy the game as much. I would say just have fun. That's the biggest key to this. It is a video game. It's a game. Just have fun. If you want to be competitive, be competitive. If you just want to mess around a little bit, mess around. But those are my tips on pitching and hitting, and I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see some more videos like this, if you have anything you would like to see, go ahead and leave it in the comment. Go ahead and leave a like on this video to let me know you liked it. And if you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. There's going to be more content coming soon. And if you want to see me play live, I'm on Twitch 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And once again, if you liked, go ahead and leave that like. Subscribe to the video if you want to see more. And I will see you in the next one.